It's Saturday, and I just woke up, so I still have the Faust t-shirt on. I won't be wearing it today. But I have a bit of a follow-up, or a little bit more, that I want to speak on in relation to the t-shirt. But before I get to that, another bit of follow-up. So a few videos back, I reviewed a single by Gary Schwartz. I Really Like You. Y'all remember that? Former drummer of the United States of Existence and the Jigsaw Scene. If you remember, I was saying, I actually, I really do like this. I've played it even again since the video. I just know what I like, and this is good. Gary got a hold of me and told me to pass this on. I'm going to put the link below, and once this is done, I'll annotate the video, or notate it, and put the address here. But the single is for sale. But Gary says the first 5 people who contact him and mention my name get a free copy. How's that? How's them bones for some of y'all? You can get some free music from Gary Schwartz by mentioning my name. First 5 people that do so get a free copy of this single. I quite like it. It's on blue vinyl, stereo mono versions of the song. And even though I'm not regularly sitting here going through my list of subscribers watching videos, if you happen to get a hold of Gary and get a copy of this by mentioning my name, that'd be kind of cool to know. Let me know if you make a video and talk about or show this record once you get it for free. I'd like to know. That'd be fun. That'll get me to watch some videos. I do watch some, but not like I used to, okay? Bottom line is that, I want to do this, and yeah, I want to speak, and I want you to watch me more than I'm sitting here wanting to watch others and listen to others. If my honesty is too much for some, I'm fine with that. I'm not kissing nobody's butt, and I'm not changing for anyone. You watch because you want to. So in relation to this t-shirt, young fellow named Lucas gave me the shirt and gave me some information about himself. He was in a band called Twin Peaks. I don't have that band's records, but I've heard of them. But he had played in town on a tour with the band, and mentioned some people that he met and played with. Speedy Ortiz is not from Omaha, but that was one of the bands he mentioned, and I'm just going to mention that they just played again in Omaha, and I think they're on tour or toured recently with some Omaha friends. The Good Life, if I got that straight. And I thought about going to the Speedy Ortiz show because of all the local excitement. They have a lot of friends here, but I didn't make it. But Lucas had mentioned that he met or played with some other local musicians, and I do know them. For example, he mentioned the band Yuppies. And here I have this split LP by the bands Bitches and Yuppies. And Yuppies are friends of mine, in particular the drummer, Kevin. And there's a connection even further. Kevin, who is in Yuppies as well as other bands, also plays with Indrima. I'd have to look on here. He wasn't our original drummer, so I don't think he's on this album. He's on we have a split single with Icky Blossoms and Conduits and another band. And Kevin is on drums on that, the drummer from the Yuppies. But yeah, he's also a member of the floating personnel of Indrima, hoping to get Indrima cranked up again. The band is not done. Lucas also mentioned another band who the main guy from the band is a friend of mine. Not a close friend, but a friend. A musical compatriot is how I put it. The band Places We Slept. And I have one of their singles here to show. Nathan Ma. Excuse me. The main young man behind this band and some other projects now. Yeah, I know Nathan. And so I like those. I like that. It's just a small world, and the world of music and art so closely related. You know, it's kind of cool. You know, and as you said yourself, Omaha really has a vibrant music scene. You can say as much negative about it as you can good. I think you can say more good. And I myself just ignore the tendency to be cliquish and people to run in camps. I just cross those boundaries, and barriers. It can be barriers. And I'll be arrogant sometimes with people. I'll just say, I was here before you, you know, and I'm one of the people that helped to establish this cool scene. I mean, it was happening before I arrived, but I'll take my spot and say that, you know, I helped to stay alive, and I ignore cliques. I play with who I want to. I go see who I want to. I associate with who I want to. I ignore that social bullshit, you know, that goes with people hating on each other. And a town this size, people sleep around too much. That's something I learned a long time ago, which is partially why I can still show my face in public. And that's why I smile, because I know who I am. I don't have nobody judging me from the outside and telling me this and that. Fuck that, okay? And if that offended someone, oh, get over it, okay? Serious. Okay. What else has been going on? Musically, well, I'm not exactly sure how to explain it, but when the weather is hot, one of my favorite albums I have sort of just discovered, because I don't really think about it, it's just something I tend to put on when it gets hot, is Porcupine Tree's Dead Wing. And I've played this multiple times this week already, all the way through, because it just captivates me. I have the regular CD. You know, he puts out multiple versions of his shit. I have the DTS Surround Music version on DVD with extras. Love this album. And yeah, I like to show these. I have two copies of this on vinyl because I got to see Porcupine Tree on this tour. And so I bought one. I bought a blue vinyl copy at the show in, I think, Seattle. I saw them in Seattle and Portland, as well as in Kansas City and in Omaha. No, Minneapolis. They remember in Omaha. They've been in Minneapolis. So I bought a black copy in the store, and I bought a blue vinyl copy at this show. This is one of their albums that hasn't been reissued yet. So these go for collector's items. I've had people actually try to complain to me saying that I ought to sell one copy because I have two. No, I get to keep both. It's my choice, you know. You can criticize me, but for heaven's sakes, people do this shit all the time. Get off my back. Or don't, but understand, I don't have to sell these, and I'm a collector, and it means a lot to me. This music is this my favorite Porcupine Tree album? I guess it must be. I played this probably more than any of their albums, although then since I've become a fan of the band, when a new album comes out, kind of like Peter Gabriel when I was younger, when he would put out a new album, which was so rare, I would just dive into it, and that would be all I'd listen to until I'd thoroughly absorb the album. So I guess that's probably my favorite Porcupine Tree album. With that in mind, thank you again, Henry Cosmic Drifter, for sending me the link to the brand new Peter Gabriel song. I'm amazing. He has a new song that was just released digitally yesterday. And it's good old Peter Gabriel. You know, he doesn't have to reinvent himself. It's his sound, and I love it. I love it. A couple other things before I go. My part-time job, where I'm working for the company Easy Ack, has just exploded. I had to rent a warehouse space to continue working for them because of this one job that they have me doing. My house was full to the ceiling with boxes from Amazon up until a couple days ago. My garage still is. I'm getting that cleared. But the person that I'm renting space from in a warehouse he is actually someone that I've known since he was a child. He was a friend of my nephew's. And he buys job lots. Is that the right way to put it? You know, he'll buy a business that's going out of business, and he'll buy everything, and then he resells. Okay. So in working there, I noticed amongst all the plethora of things there, some stacks of records, nothing major, and I told him I'd like to go through those, and he says, yeah, I just take everything, and the records are in pretty poor shape, and so he said, yeah, if there's anything in there, you can have it, and there really wasn't, but I did take, because I'd never owned it, and I do like the band, but I'd never owned War Child by Jethro Tull. I don't think so. I mean, my Jethro Tull records are in the closet. This came out in 1974, and for some reason when this came out, I was into the band at the time, but when this came out, it didn't click with me. So I got to play this for the first time yesterday. I like the fact that it's on the old green Chrysalis American imprint. And this is kind of an odd Jethro Tull album. Of course, the typical water damage that you find in thrift store records. I played both sides and didn't find it very engaging. And Jethro Tull got to a point after Thick as a Brick where some things where they're just repeating an idea I'd heard them do before, or they'll try something new to be different, and it'll not really quite work, or maybe it takes me a lot longer. From the Wood is an album from that period that stands out to me as one of the better ones. So War Child is something I'll have to come back to. I wish that I could remember better some of the newer music that I catch online that is not too bad. One new, what I consider a crossover hip-hop act that I hope you're going to hear more about, who I just met, is a band called Swagoo from Atlanta. CeeLo Green just played here in Omaha a couple nights ago. I couldn't go. The Hi-Fi House, this organization I'm a part of, tried to set up an interview with CeeLo, and we got beat out by the local television. He ended up on TV. But his opening acts did come to Hi-Fi House and do press. And so Nikki's Wives from Canada, I got to hear them play. And then I also got to hear Swagoo. And Swagoo really impressed me, actually. So, excuse me, I met them and took some pictures. And they have that iPhone single, Don't Call Me on My iPhone. It's on the internet now. They sound like a new version of Outkast to me. They sound like the son of Outkast. And they just signed to Sony, and I told them, you're about to enter the belly of the beast. Good luck, and watch your back. Interesting, these young brothers said to me already, it's like it's already all business. It's just all business, But they want it. They're hungry, and I wish them I wish them the best. I told you I had seen Shy Boys, and they played with us, and they gave me their full length on CD. I haven't gotten all the way through this yet, but melodic pop, kind of lo-fi, or just a little bit. These guys can play, but there's just kind of I don't know if you'd say it's sloppy, but it's kind of like it's not everything. All the warts and everything have not been taken out, so it's got a real personal kind of lo-fi feel to it. From seeing them live, I recommend this band, Shy Boys from Kansas City. An old favorite of mine, I wish I had on vinyl. Haruomi Hosono, Omni Sightseeing, one of the godfathers of techno, in my opinion. Hosono was one of the original rock stars in Japan after the Beatles hit. He had a band called April Fool. Their album is very collectible. I don't have on vinyl. This is just wonderful. You know, Hosono's in his 70s now, and he's come full circle, where he now, or not now, but in recent years, went from playing electro to stripping his music down and playing it completely acoustic in a country western style. And I really, at first, I didn't get it. I really admire it in retrospect, in hindsight, and really love it now because he shows where music is music and a good song can transcend styles. Some of the tracks on here, very electronic, very techno. I mean, doing stuff way before people were doing it on this, and some of his other records, doing those songs with upright bass and slide guitar. Hosono is one of the masters. Okay, Gary, thank you again for the music, and that's awesome of you to share your music with other folks. I hope that it helps to spread the sound, your sound, to others. I like it, okay? And Lucas, again, thank you for this fantastic Faust t-shirt. Okay, people, be well, and watch out with this weather, this heat. Be well.